Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Hi guys. In today's video, we're going to be going through a mental, physical, and spiritual glow up. So there are a couple of reasons why I wanted to glow up mentally, physically, and spiritually. Mentally and spiritually, the reason why I wanted to glow up and I've made some changes in terms of my lifestyle and what I've been doing is because I was really struggling with my anxiety for a period of time. I have mentioned on this channel that I have experimented with medications, but I was getting to a point where I knew that I had to make a couple changes mentally and spiritually just to be better for myself and also for my family and my kids. So we're gonna get a little bit into some changes that I have made there. And then I'm also gonna get into the physical side of things. No, I do not think that I need to necessarily glow up, but I wanted to feel my strongest and my absolute best because we are celebrating my husband's 40th in August and I wanna feel amazing. We're going to Spain. I'm going to try to dress as sexy as I can. I've had a really hard time like getting my sexy back since having children. I actually wasn't great at dressing sexy even prior to having children, but I feel like I'm young still and I want to try to like feel good and wear a two-piece and do these things, but I'm always so covered up. Like Kyle always makes fun of me because I will literally wear like long sleeves, long pants, like everything when I'm at the beach, but that's gonna change. I'm just like fully glowing up. So in this video, I'm gonna share a couple of things with you. I'm gonna share an entire workout with you that I did with Elise, just to give you an idea of what our sessions look like, how heavy we go, how many reps we do, what the entire routine looks like. I'll also share with you a little bit about the types of cardio that I've been doing, incorporating a weighted vest. I will also share with you what my meals have been looking like. Very simple, very easy, high in protein, of course. And then I'm going to share with you some of the mental and spiritual things that I have been doing lately to glow up from the inside out. And I hope that some of these things inspire you, motivate you, whatever it might be. But we're on a journey, people. So let's go. Okay, so for the first portion of this video, I will show you what my workout with Elise has been looking like these days. We go very, very hard in this session. I have been working out with Elise now for almost 2 years, yeah, since I've had Oliver. Anyway, so I'll show you what a workout with Elise looks like, and I'll also share with you what my post-workout smoothie looks like. And then after that, I'll also share with you actually what I'm gonna have for lunch today. Super simple, boring, and straightforward. Hello, everyone. Welcome to leg day with me and Elise. You have seen her already on the channel before, but I wanted to show you guys exactly what we do when Elise comes to my home gym. I get so many questions all the time about working out with Elise, weights, situations, all of that. You can work out with Elise too. She has a program on ladder. Do you want to share a little bit about that?
Yes, so ladder is pretty much an in-pocket personal trainer. I guide you through all the workouts. There's upper body days, there's lower body days. I give you weight suggestions. Fully guided every week, so new workouts drop, so it's not just the same thing over and over again, and it's focusing on progressive overload, which is also what we do here.
Exactly. I wanted to share that because I feel like people always want more of this content, and we're only showing you a splice of it. But today we're gonna do leg day. We're gonna show you exactly what that looks like, and Elise knows that I am preparing for my husband's 40th in Ibiza and that I want to look my best and try to grow my glutes, which I've been talking about for my whole life. Since I'm an adult.
That's why we're here. We're doing it. We're doing it.
A lot of squats and a lot of hip thrusts.
Yes.
So let's get started. And we'll chat throughout, and I think Elise will be able to share more about like what we're doing, why we're doing it, what to be mindful of. So let's get started.
We're gonna start with a back squat. So think about like heavier compound lifts. We usually hit 2 of them each time we train together. Either back squat, deadlift, or back squat and a hinge, which is gonna be more of the hip thrust. So we're gonna do a back squat, hip thrust, keeping them separate in different circuits though, so we can really kind of just go heavy here.
Yeah.
4x8. First set will be more of a warm-up set, just make sure everything's feeling good, and then we'll add weight from there. And then we usually match up with some core as well. So warm-up set, we'll just hit about 8 reps, and again, it's just to make sure everything's feeling good, just to get nice and loose with that movement pattern, and then we'll add weight pretty quickly, and we're gonna focus on 4 heavier sets, 8 reps. Make sure you exhale as you drive. So we're going 115 here, and then we're gonna build up to 135. So this will be another 8. And then strength training is just so important. I mean, it's for muscle growth and development. It kind of just keeps everything feeling good, feeling strong in everyday life. So that is 100% why we lift. Also for bone density and strength there. I mean, strong bones later in life. I feel like some people kind of don't think about it now, right? But when we're 65 and we're getting off the floor with our grandkids and just doing day-to-day things, that's going to be so important. So strength is going to be key. It's also a great way to burn fat and build muscle. So we're gonna go 1 more. Yeah, that's perfect. This is heavy, so this we're gonna probably go for about 6 to 8, okay? And then think about like strength training as like the foundation for everything, right? So my biggest recommendation for everyone is get in those 2 to 3 days of strength and build whatever you want around that. Whether that's running, yoga, Pilates, this is the foundation to feel good with everything. So that is why Emily's a beast with the strength work and works in other things around it. Think core, drive, chest tall.
My goal,
So great.
at some point, slash always, is to try to get to my body weight,
Yeah,
which is 150.
you can get there.
So we're getting there.
Yeah, this is 155.
Oh, this is 155.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me double check my math, but yes, it's 155.
crap. Okay, so I said I wanted to do that, and now I'm gonna do it. So we're.
Yeah, this is 155.
No, I can do this.
You can do this, light work. Try to get 6, okay? All you, last one. So a 60 goblet squat is very heavy, and I think people underestimate their strength for sure.
Agree.
This is an exercise that, say you're working out at home with like just dumbbells, this is one that I really would want people to load up, okay? I think we always talk about like reps in reserve. So if you have like 2 reps, 2 more, basically that means if I say 10 reps and you have like, could get 12, that's a good spot. A lot of people can goblet squat and just keep going. The goal is to really load this one, which is why we're just gonna go 60 and she's gonna get 15. And this is just going to be a burnout set, so great way just to kind of fatigue after going heavy for the 4x8s. With your heavier compound lifts, you're also working a lot of core, so you won't see us do many crunches or bicycles, maybe as a finisher, but there's so much core activation happening with just this lift, especially with the front hold. The back squat is more of like a lower body push, so think about like more quad and glute. So now think about flipping this. So now we're gonna do like more of a hinge motion, which would be a deadlift. If you're, say you're just at home, you wanna hit kettlebell deadlift or even some just traditional deadlift. In this case, we're gonna do a hip thrust, which is a little bit more glute focused, but still focusing on backside. So it's almost like you're flipping lower body. Hip thrusts are really great for glute growth. So we're gonna focus on the 4x8 still, go pretty heavy here, but think about more like hamstring glute versus like the quad glute that we had there.
I like to wear the band because I feel more glute activation, but not necessary.
And the key with the hip thrust is gonna be to have your upper back on the bench there and then finish parallel to the floor so you're really getting that full extension through your hips, which is gonna be the hamstring glutes there, and then vertical shin, which is here at the top. Hold. Yeah, let's hold there. That's good. Good, awesome, that's great. So working in core between the heavier lifts is just a great way to keep the core strong, but also we're adding this abduction, which is gonna work our outer glute a little bit. So think like accessory glute work as well with this one. And there'd be nothing wrong with just real recovery here and real rest, but it's a good way to kind of work something else in that's not any volume on your lower body, really.
I'm drinking BCAAs, if anyone's wondering, which I drink usually before or during my workouts. Why do we drink BCAAs?
They're just good for the amino acids to help build. It's all one big potion. I got some creatine and collagen in mine.
I'll do that after. Sometimes people ask me why I take off my shoes sometimes. I find that sometimes if my foot is like on the floor and grounded, I can grip better and get more activation. But
Yes.
you can also just wear a flat shoe, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Or I just wear my Noble sneakers. Their outwork shoe is really good for lifting, but sometimes with certain things, especially activating glutes, I do no shoes.
Drop set we did with the goblet squat, this is the same thing. So we dropped the weight down to where she's gonna be able to get about 12 to 15. Good, just final burnout for the 4th set, since she went really heavy for the ones before. Those are good, perfect. There you go.
Horrible.
Let's go.
Ugh, yuck.
And as you can see, she's sweating a bit too. So I share that to say, when you're strength training and like building muscle, like it's going to carry on throughout the whole day. So you're gonna be, it's like you literally turn on the furnace of your body. So it's awesome. Obviously cardio is good for heart health, and sometimes it's just good for mental health. And you and I like to run and walk for the brain. And it's just good in general, but think about weight training, it's just really just turning the furnace on. And like, you are gonna burn all day from this, even though we're not jumping around or anything. Ugh, that's horrible. 90 on a single leg?
I know, it's pretty good, right?
Yeah. So this is very accessory and specific to lower and also a lot of core, because you have to maintain that neutral spine, pelvis, rib cage, everything's nice and tucked. And then hamstring glutes are firing. So again, think about flipping from the split squat, more backside. Very different motion and exercise since we're going unweighted. So this is very total body too. And then the farmer's carry is a total body exercise, really focusing on grip strength. Grip strength is directly tied to longevity too. So this is gonna be really good to build on.
All right.
You made it.
We did it.
You did it.
Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this portion of the video. I have food and other things coming your way. We're gonna go make a smoothie after this, but thank you, Elise.
Of course, anytime. You rocked it.
Thank you.
There's a lot. So.
Make sure, where can everyone find you?
Find me on Instagram at Elise's Body Shop, and also you can work out with me on the Ladder app.
There you go. All right guys, let's go make a smoothie. Post-workout smoothie, really, really simple. Almond milk, whey protein, creatine. That's literally it. I had a really big breakfast before this. Before this I had some oatmeal, some eggs, some fruit. This is just what I do post-workout, and then obviously I eat lunch later today, but just to show you what I do. So for the whey protein, this is a flavor that I like. Sorry if you hear Oliver screaming in the background. Such is life and being a mom. Creatine, really good for brain health and muscle growth and cognitive function, increased energy. I did feel like my memory got a little better after I started using this consistently, this and omega-3s. And then I blend it up, and that's all I have. It's really quick, easy, but just wanna make sure I get protein after I work out, because I'm trying to build muscle, I'm trying to build a booty. Voila, that's it. Usually I go shower now and get ready for the day, but that is my leg day post-workout routine. Let's have some lunch, shall we? You probably just saw me assemble this wild and crazy lunch that I have going on here. Really simple, right? Ground turkey. I put this in a skillet with olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasoning. That's it. Is this the most exciting meal in the entire world? No. But is it filling? Is it healthy? Is it balanced? Do I feel energized afterwards? 100%. Am I hitting my protein goals and hopefully getting enough carbs so that I can finally grow my booty? Those are my hopes and dreams, okay? I love to cook, right? I love to cook. I think it's fun, but for the most part and throughout my week when I'm busy and I'm working and things are going on, I'm eating meals like this. Super simple, super easy. And I also make similar things for my children as well, because I don't think that healthy food and healthy eating should be super complicated. You don't need to be in the kitchen for hours and hours and hours. And this is all stuff that I had prepped in my fridge. Like, I'll probably eat this for lunch again tomorrow. I think that like when I first started on my healthy eating journey, I made it complicated and I made it fancy. Like, I wanted to be only vegan and only eat at like these fancy vegan places where everything was made with like cashews and seeds and all this stuff. It's like, eating healthy is actually much more simple than you think. Like, have a healthy carb, have some vegetables, have some proteins. Like, there's your meal. Try not to eat anything that comes out of a box or anything that's super processed or anything with tons of sodium or sugar, which most things that are processed have those things. But the reason why I have been eating this way, for a number of reasons, like I kind of just said, I eat more carbs now because I'm trying to build more muscle and of course eating more protein, but I really never ate enough carbs before, and now I've really been like focusing on eating more carbs. I've put on like, I think like 3 or 4 pounds of muscle, which I was really pumped about, and lost some body fat as well, but I'm always just trying to build more muscle. Some grilled zucchini, I made this the other day for the kids, threw it in there, and some ground turkey. That's it. Super simple, super easy, super healthy. So this is what I'm going to have for lunch. I'm gonna do a little bit more work, but yeah, see you in a little bit. Good morning, guys. Hi, it is like a Wednesday at 6 a.m. and I'm doing a weighted cardio vest workout. I have been doing fasted cardio like 3 to 5 days a week. Usually like to go for a walk with a weighted vest or I'll do like stairs, but I don't do anything like super high intensity. The reason why I do fasted cardio workouts when I'm trying to get in shape for something specific, and by the way, I'm not a trainer, I'm not a doctor, like this might not be right for you, but it's fine for me. But I've done it so many times when I'm trying to get in shape for something specific. And I've worked with so many trainers, and anytime I work with trainers who are kind of like bodybuilder focused, this is how, like, something they always recommend, and it does make a difference for my physique, me personally, but I can't do it like always all the time, you know. It's just like leading up to something specific. In terms of the weighted vest, this has 15 pounds in it. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, but it's not easy, just so I break a sweat a little bit. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed seeing the workout and the meals and all of that. I feel like I have lost almost 50 pounds since I've had my son, and my workouts and my food has looked pretty similar to that. I think in terms of weightlifting, I have upped the weight quite a bit more, just because also I've just gotten stronger. The other thing that I've significantly changed in the last couple of months is I eat so many more carbs. I was one of those people who was so afraid of carbohydrates. Like, even since I feel like I've been kind of healed on my like body journey, like I don't feel like I restrict myself, but in terms of like, I would just knew or felt that if I was gonna eat bread, rice, any of those things, like that I was going to like feel puffy and like maybe put on weight. It turns out that's actually not true, because I eat so much rice now and I feel and look better and have more muscle on me and less body fat. So I'm like, okay, I guess they were right that you do need carbs, because I do think that the carbs have also helped with me putting on more muscle and strength and performance. So do not be afraid of carbs. So now that you've seen my food and my workouts, let's talk a little bit about my spiritual and mental glow up that I am having. So I've mentioned this channel before that I went to a functional medicine doctor, one of the best, and I got some blood work done that signified that I was struggling with some and showing signs of chronic stress, chronic fatigue, and my entire body and immune system was like extremely overactive, right? And so he recommended, and not to get boring and medical, a couple of things. First of all, he was the one who told me to get off coffee, and I was like, I don't want to do that. And he was like, I think you really should. I don't think you're someone who should drink coffee. So I gave it all up. If you saw my previous video, I gave up caffeine. It was really, really hard for me. Everyone who's like, I could never. I was one of those people too, who was like, I could literally never give up coffee. It's the first thing I start my day. It is pure joy. Now I'm drinking yerba mate, but I will say that it has helped significantly with my anxiety. Kyle like literally doesn't even recognize you. Like when people are like, did it really? And like there's been multiple times where he's like, you talk differently, you act differently. Granted, I was drinking a lot of coffee, and some people are like, just have one. I'm like, unfortunately, I'm one of those people who, like, if I have one cup of coffee, then I want two, and then I crash in the middle of the day and I'm like, let me get a latte. Like, I just keep going and going and going. Then I'm drinking pre-workout. Do you know what I mean? Like with caffeine, like I just always want that like energy boost that it gives you, and then I can't sleep at night. So my mood has been so much better, so much more chill. And if you saw my previous video, I'm sorry if this is repetitive, but just more grounded, more chill, more patient. I've just been feeling a lot better. So that has been a huge improvement for my mental health. And I do think that we as a society, because coffee is everywhere, in the same way that alcohol is everywhere, we underestimate how much of an impact caffeine can have on people, especially sensitive people like myself, and if you are too. So anyway, I gave up coffee. The other thing that I've been doing, and it was so interesting, I got so many weird messages about this on Instagram, and I hope that it hits the right audience here. I have tried Reiki. If you don't know what Reiki is, it is a type of energy work. After talking with my doctor, and you know, he is a functional, like integrative medicine type person, he was like, I think that you have some energy that you need to move, some stuff from my childhood that I, you know, have been working through for many years, but he was kind of like, I think that you should try Reiki. And I was so fatigued at this moment because I was like, I've done so many things to heal myself, right? I'm such a wellness girly. Like, I feel like I'm like, I work out, I go to therapy, like I, you know, get sunlight, I eat so healthy, like I do everything. It's like, why don't you try this? So I was like, okay. I was skeptical at first, okay? I was literally like, there's no way this is going to do anything. There's no way this is going to do anything. Like, I don't believe in it. I do believe in energy, but it just felt like, how is this going to do anything? And there I was doing my Reiki. I gave her a little bit of context, and I actually don't really want to share the details of it because obviously it is deeply personal to me in my journey. But I'm also like, whether it is real or the placebo, the energy gods, I want to let them do their thing, because it was, while it was happening, I wasn't really giving the girl a lot of context, like because I just wanted to see what was going to happen. What I will say is after the session, I was so insanely exhausted. I literally could not even keep my head up at dinner. Kyle came home from work and I was like, I need you to put the kids down. I literally cannot go, I need to go lay down. And he was like, yeah, it's fine. And I had to go on Reddit, and so many people were like, and the girl who did my Reiki did warn me that I was going to be tired, but man, I was like really, really tired. I was so tired that I woke up in the middle of the night and I turned to Kyle and I was like, I'm so tired, I can't sleep. I felt sick. So when I went to Reddit was like, there's something called Reiki flu, and it's almost like having like a really, really intense workout, like a cleanse, like you did almost like physical work through that energy. So weird. And I will say that over the last couple of weeks since I did it for the first time and I just had my second session, I feel a lot lighter. I feel lighter, I feel less irritated, I feel a little bit just more open. Yeah, like whether it's placebo or it's real, it's definitely had some sort of impact on me. So I think that it is very important to go to someone who is very good in this case, because so many people in my DMs were like, that's witchcraft, that's the devil's work. And I'm sure there are people who maybe don't have good intentions or good energy themselves who do this type of work, but I really trusted the doctor who recommended this person. I had a great experience so far and I will continue to do it. She told me a couple of very interesting things about myself that I was like, but I didn't say anything because I didn't want to like lead her to the, I don't know, I was just kind of like, but she was spot on for a few things, like and energies that were showing up in my system and at certain ages. Like I was like, how did you know that? Weird. But it's a part of my energy glow up, you know what I mean? And I also consider that part of like my spiritual glow up. And the other part of my spiritual glow up that I have been doing more regularly is yoga. So if you have followed me for a very, very long time, you know that I actually got certified as a yoga teacher in 2016. I love yoga. And I go through phases of it. For some reason, there was a period of time that I felt like if you did yoga, you can't lift weights. Or if you're a runner, you can't do yoga. Like yogis were yogis and everyone else was everyone else, which is totally untrue and strange that I thought that. It's so awesome to incorporate into your routine, but it is a part of my new regime in the sense of trying to calm the entire system down. So in terms of like my workout split right now, I'm lifting about 4 to 5 days a week. And then 1 day a week, I'm doing some sort of yoga or recovery element and just trying to calm everything down. And of course, after I do a yoga class, if I could do yoga every single morning, I really should do that. If I could get into a routine of doing that, that would be incredible, but it's hard. But even just doing it once a week as sort of my rest recovery type day, it just is so incredible and reminds me to breathe and just calm the entire system down. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed hearing about my mental, physical, and spiritual glow up. I can probably do a follow-up to this video. Wish me luck on my trip to Ibiza to celebrate Kyle's 40th, because I really do want to feel my best and I really do want to feel my strongest. So I really do hope that happens. I feel pretty good right now. Honestly, I'm gonna wear the outfits and I'm gonna own it. So make sure you follow me on Instagram to really get the play-by-play there. But thanks so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I will see you guys next time.